Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Rounds. Senator Hirono, please.
Thank you. And Admiral Aquilino and General Longterm, thank you very much to both of you. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for your opening remarks in support of the closure of the Red Hill facility and the need for us to address the Indo-PACOM fueling needs in alternative ways. Admiral Aquilino, we are going ahead with the safely defueling this massive facility or these massive tanks. And we are going to need to provide resources in the out years to deal with the environmental issues related to the closure of this facility. What are your major concerns and priorities with respect to the future fuel storage requirements for Indo-PACOM?
Thank you, Senator. Thanks for the continued support. In the set of options I briefed the Secretary and the decision that he has made with regard to closing it was focused on three critical things. Number one, the top priority was clean, safe water for the people of Hawaii, service members and their families. Number two was to ensure that we could execute our military mission set. The option that he selected, I believe, provides a more diverse, distributed, and effective fuel distribution model that meets all of my requirements.
How do you plan to mitigate any potential vulnerabilities that an alternate fuel solution may have? Although, in my opinion, we reduce our vulnerabilities by not having all our fuel in one place. But do you have some concerns about vulnerabilities of distributing this fuel in, I don't know, throughout the Pacific, perhaps?
I absolutely don't, Senator. Again, I believe, as you articulated, a much more diverse and distributed, both land-based and sea-based, is the best model to ensure we can meet our warfighting needs.
The Compact of Free Association Agreement, COFA, between the U.S. and the Republic of the Marshall Islands, the Federal States of Micronesia, and I know that you visited Palau, which is one of the other nations that are part of COFA. But as to the other two nations, they are coming up for renewal in 2023, and as I mentioned, Palau in 2024. And as you noted in your written statement to the committee, these agreements have significant impact on your ability to advance the priorities of the Pacific Deterrence Initiative and maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. I am really glad that you visited Palau and that we are going to be perhaps looking at different ways that we can jointly be supportive, more supportive of these compact nations as we go forward. So I hope you will continue to prioritize our partnerships with these island nations to support our overall strategy in the Pacific.
Yes, ma'am. It's absolutely important to get to the appropriate renegotiation of the compact agreements. Again, visiting Saipan, Guam, Palau, and Tinian were really, really worthwhile trip for me, and got to spend some time with President Whips from Palau. As you know, the negotiation of those agreements are led by State Department in coordination with Department of the Interior, and Department of Defense has a representative on the team, and have articulated my request to negotiate those as soon as possible in a way that's certainly beneficial to the United States as the PRC is looking to infiltrate throughout the region.
Exactly, and I think that our country should be paying more attention and a more supportive role in with regard to our compact nations, because they are there in large extent because they are very much a part of our national security priorities. Regarding North Korea, for both of you, this year alone we've seen North Korea executing 9 rounds of missile tests, including a purported hypersonic missile and its first launch since 2017 of an intermediate-range missile potentially capable of reaching Guam. Admiral Aquilino and General Longterm, what is your assessment of the credibility of such threats from North Korea? Maybe we'll start with you, General.
As I live under that threat, Senator, the the threat is real, and it appears that he's trying to develop capabilities to defeat our systems and threaten the peninsula and threaten regional stability.
So, Admiral Aquilino, is this one of the reasons that our protective systems on Guam is your top priority? Or a
yes,
top
Senator,
priority?
Absolutely. The ability to defend the homeland of Guam as well as the military forces that operate there. What I would say, though, is the relationship we have with the South Koreans and the Japanese is critical. General Akamura and I synchronize with General Wan and General Yamazaki every time there's one of these launches. And if you just recently read, we've increased the readiness level on both the peninsula and in support of the defense of Japan today.
And, Mr. Chairman, I want to note, not to mention the need to protect Hawaii as we develop these missile systems, defense systems in Guam. We do still have the issue of Homeland Defense Radar Hawaii. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Senator Cotton, please.
Admiral, last year, your predecessor, Admiral Davidson, warned that China